Here is something nobody in the car industry wants you to know. The difference between a Japanese car that dies at 150,000 miles and one that hits 500,000 is almost never the engine, is never bad luck, it is never a lemon, it is you. Specifically, what you were told to do, what you actually did, and what the manufacturer quietly hoped you would skip. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 10 maintenance habits that separate the cars that die young from the ones that just keep going. And I promise you, by the end of this video, you will never look at your owner's manual the same way again. Let us start with number 1. And this is where the lies begin. Number 1. Stop trusting the factory oil change interval. Open up the owner's manual for a Toyota Camry or a Honda Civic. Somewhere in there, it says your oil change interval is 7,000 to 10,000 miles. Maybe longer if you have one of those newer models with the maintenance minder system. That number is not an engineering recommendation, it is a marketing decision. The manufacturer wants the cost of ownership to look low on paper, low enough that you pick their car over the competition. They are thinking about the showroom floor. They are not thinking about your engine at 300,000 miles. Honestly, they do not care if your engine makes it past the warranty period. Once that powertrain warranty expires, your repair bill is none of their concern. You know who was thinking about it? The man who drove a 1990 Honda Accord past 1 million miles. He changed his oil every 5,000 miles. 185 oil changes over the life of that car. The engine never needed a rebuild. Then there was the man in Louisiana who put over 1 million miles on a 2007 Toyota Tundra, a truck he used to haul heavy equipment for a living. His dealership confirmed 117 service visits over 9 years. Full synthetic oil. Intervals never stretched. Never gambled. 5,000 miles with a quality synthetic filter. That is the standard. Anything beyond that, and you are rolling the dice with the most expensive part in your car. Number 2. Change your transmission fluid. Because lifetime fluid is the biggest scam in the automotive industry. If your owner's manual says the transmission is sealed for life, I need you to understand what lifetime actually means to the people who wrote that. It means the life of the warranty, 60 to 100,000 miles. After that, the car is off their books, and they genuinely do not care what happens next. They call it lifetime fluid because it sounds premium. It sounds like they did you a favor. In reality, they simply removed the dipstick so you would never think to check it. The million-mile Accord owner changed his transmission fluid 31 times, roughly every 32,000 miles. And mechanics across Toyota Nation and Honda Tech forums all say the same thing. Drain and fill every 30 to 50,000 miles. No power flushes. A gentle drain and fill replaces 3 to 4 quarts at a time without disturbing the sediments settled at the bottom of the housing. A flush stirs all of that debris up and runs it through every passage in the transmission. If you own a Nissan with a CVT from 2007 to 2016, I am talking the Altima, the Sentra. Listen very carefully. Those transmissions average 60 to 90,000 miles before they start slipping and grinding. Replacement runs $3,000 to $4,000. The fluid change is the only thing keeping those units alive past 100,000 miles. Not a figure of speech. Literally the only thing. Number 3. Flush the coolant and replace the thermostat at the same time. Coolant does not last forever. Over time it breaks down and turns acidic, and that acid quietly eats away at the aluminum inside your engine and radiator. You will not notice it happening. You will not smell it. You will not hear it. You will only know when your temperature gauge spikes on the highway and is already too late. Flush it every 50,000 miles. That prevents this entirely. Now here is the trick that high-mileage owners swear by. Every single time you flush the coolant, replace the thermostat too. $15 to $30. 20 minutes of work on most Japanese engines. Why? Because when a thermostat sticks closed, the engine overheats. And when the engine overheats, you blow a head gasket. On a 4-cylinder Camry, that repair runs $1,200 to $2,500. On a Subaru with the older 2.5-liter boxer engine, for $1,000 because of the labor involved in tearing that flat motor apart. $30 thermostat, or $4,000 head gasket. I have watched people make the wrong call on that one more times than I can count. Number 4. Timing belt versus timing chain. Last year, a customer brought in a Honda Odyssey. 112,000 miles on it. The timing belt snapped on the highway. The pistons slammed into the valves. Every single valve bent. 2 valve guides cracked. The engine was scrap metal. She thought she had a timing chain because nobody had ever told her otherwise. A preventive replacement, belt, water pump, and tensioner together, would have cost her around $800. Instead, she needed a replacement engine in her minivan. That is what a timing belt failure looks like on an interference engine. Here is what you need to know. Toyota 4-cylinder engines from 2002 onward use chains. Honda 4-cylinders switched around 2002, but every Honda V6 used a belt all the way through 2017. That means the Accord, the Odyssey, the Pilot, and the Ridgeline. Subaru did not switch to chains until 2011 and 2012, depending on the model. Mazda engines from 2012 on all used chains. If you are shopping for a used Japanese car right now, a timing chain engine removes this entire category of risk from the equation entirely. Number 5. Flush your brake fluid every 3 years. This is the one your dealership has almost certainly never brought up, and that silence could genuinely cost you your life. Brake fluid absorbs moisture from the air over time. That moisture corrodes your brake lines from the inside out and seizes your calipers. And the brakes feel completely fine, right up until the moment they do not. A flush runs $100 to $200 and takes less than an hour. Skip it, and you are looking at corroded lines or seized calipers at $300 to $1,000 per corner. Here is the part that should genuinely concern you. Fresh brake fluid boils at over 400 degrees. Old contaminated fluid, full of absorbed moisture, can boil at 300 degrees or less. Hard braking down a steep mountain road or even a long freeway exit ramp can cause the fluid to boil, the pedal to go soft, and suddenly you have very little stopping power at exactly the moment you need it most. Also, grease your caliper slider pins once a year. 5 minutes per wheel with silicone brake grease, especially if you live anywhere that uses road salt in winter. It is the most common brake repair on high-mileage Japanese cars, and it is completely preventable. Number 6. Never let your fuel tank drop below a quarter. And this one costs you absolutely nothing. Every fuel tank accumulates sediment over the years. Dirt, rust flakes from the tank walls, residue from gasoline additives, it all settles at the bottom. When you run the tank near empty, the fuel pump starts pulling that debris along with the last bit of gasoline. That sediment clogs injectors and kills the fuel pump years ahead of schedule. The million-mile Honda Accord owner was only towed once, at 741,000 miles, when the original fuel pump finally gave out. He credited its longevity entirely to never running the tank low. A fuel pump replacement runs $400 to $800. On some models, the entire fuel tank has to come down to access it, all because someone wanted to squeeze out one more trip before stopping. Keep it above a quarter. Zero cost, zero effort. Number 7. The first 5 minutes matter most. How you drive in the first 5 minutes matters more than almost anything else on this list. Cold starts cause more engine wear than hours of highway driving. And almost nobody talks about this. When you start a cold engine, the oil is thick and pooled at the bottom of the pan. The computer dumps extra fuel into the cylinders to compensate, and that fuel washes the protective oil film right off the cylinder walls. For those first couple of minutes, you have metal scraping against metal with minimal lubrication. Here is the right approach. Let it idle for 30 to 60 seconds, then drive gently for the next 5 minutes, keeping the RPMs low. Do not sit in the driveway for 10 minutes with the heater running. That is a myth left over from the carburetor era, and it actually increases cylinder wear in a modern fuel-injected engine. Now, the other half of this equation, highway miles are dramatically easier on every system than city driving. The engine cruises in its comfort zone. The transmission barely shifts. The brakes almost never get touched. Nearly every documented 500,000-mile owner drove primarily on the highway. The million-mile Tundra hauled equipment cross-country. The million-mile Accord ran logistics routes. If your commute is mostly stop-and-go city traffic, shorten all your fluid intervals by about 25%. Number 8. Rust destroys what maintenance can't save. This is the one that genuinely frustrates me, because you could do everything else on this list perfectly and still lose the car to rust eating through the frame. Toyota settled a $3.4 billion lawsuit over frame rust on Tacomas, Tundras, and Sequoias from the mid-2000s. 225,000 trucks needed complete frame replacements at $15,000 each. The Mazda 3 and Mazda 6 from 2010 to 2016 developed rust so severe in salt belt states that it had eaten through structural components by 100,000 miles. All of it was preventable. A lanolin-based undercoating applied every fall costs about $150. Products like Fluid Film and Wool Wax are excellent. Use the thinner spray formula for internal frame rails and door cavities. Use the thicker product on wheel wells and underbody panels. Avoid rubberized undercoating on used cars. When it cracks, it traps moisture underneath and accelerates rust. Wash the undercarriage every 2 to 4 weeks in winter. Touch up paint chips immediately. Bare metal starts rusting within hours in salty conditions. $150 a year in undercoating, or $15,000 for a new frame. That math should make the decision very easy. Number 9. Fluids are not all the same. This matters more for the transmission than for anything else on your car. Honda transmissions need Honda-specific fluid. Toyota automatics need Toyota-specific fluid. Nissan CVTs need Nissan-specific CVT fluid. I do not care what the label on the generic bottle says. Compatible does not mean correct. At high mileage, the wrong fluid causes shuddering, slipping, and accelerated wear on the clutch packs inside the transmission housing. Here is all you need to do. Call the dealership parts counter, give them your year, make, and model, and buy exactly what they tell you to buy. For engine oil, brand matters far less than specification. Full synthetic from any reputable brand works fine as long as it meets the viscosity grade in your owner's manual. For oil filters, aftermarket performance filters from brands like Mobil actually outperform factory filters when it comes to capturing fine particles. For engine air filters, stick with factory. Aftermarket oil performance filters can contaminate the mass airflow sensor in the intake tube. That is a $200 to $400 replacement you created entirely on your own. Number 10. Timing matters more than anything. Fix problems the same week they appear. This is the habit that makes every other habit count. A woman in Florida drove a 1999 Toyota Camry to 500,000 miles. When asked how she did it, her answer was one sentence. Anytime something does not sound right or feel right, she takes it to the mechanic immediately. That is the entire philosophy. Because every expensive repair I have ever seen on a Japanese car started as something cheap that somebody put off. A failing oxygen sensor, $100 to $200 to replace. Leave it alone, and the engine runs rich, dumping unburned fuel through the exhaust until it destroys the catalytic converter. Now you owe $900 to $4,500. A small coolant leak, $50 to $150 to fix. Ignore it, and the engine overheats, the cylinder head warps, and the head gasket blows. Now you owe $2,500 or more. I see this exact pattern every single week. The owners who reach 500,000 miles are not lucky. They are just the people who refuse to put off a $150 repair because it was not convenient that week. Here is the number that ties all of this together. The total cost to maintain a Japanese car to 500,000 miles runs roughly $35,000 to $40,000. That sounds like a big number until you do the math. That works out to about 7 to 8 cents per mile. Walk into a Toyota dealership today and finance a new Camry, and between the payments and depreciation, you are paying 40 to 60 cents per mile. 7 cents or 60 cents. You tell me which is the smarter move.